Geeks Assembled.
Hi, Geeks Assembled. It's Chase Masterson from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Live long and prosper. And thanks for supporting the Pop Culture Hero Coalition. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, popcultureherocoalition.org. We're standing against bullying, and we'd appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome. Yes, we are back again, and we are Geeks Assembled, and we have gathered here today to talk about a film from 1999, and it's Galaxy Quest. So let's open the floor with Susan and Alex. What are your opening thoughts on this film?
Hi, I really love Galaxy Quest. One time I read someone talking about this being the best Star Trek movie ever. It was, it's just so much of the good stuff about fandom. There's the convention, there's the cosplayers, there's the actors being brought to their knees by the reality of the fact that they are continuing to involve themselves with a show that ended 20 years ago or whatever. But brilliant, funny stuff. Amazing cast. Oh my gosh, everybody, the Thermians, the wonderful Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen. I mean, just great stuff all around. And I really like it, and I can't speak highly enough of it. So here's Alex.
I mean, it's funny how in a way they were doing the parody and the reboot, and they sort of did their full-fledged version of it and making fun of conventions. Yeah, William Shatner did a skit making fun of Star Trek fans on Saturday Night Live. But, this was funny. It's a funny parody. It's a great cast. It's making fun of popular science fiction. It's a tribute and not a tribute to conventions. I mean, if writers and genres didn't have any fans, then they wouldn't continue to be made. So it's sort of funny how they're honoring it and mocking it at the same time. And it was very good the way they did that.
And let's go over to Kevin.
I really liked it. I know Tim Allen from the Santa Claus movies, of course, and Miss Weaver from Alien, and Marvel's Defenders, of course. She's coming in that, and I really liked this. The villain was very cool, and it was very cool to see that the actors, we're playing actors of themselves. That was really cool. So I really liked it.
And let's go over to Germany with Beef Dad. What did you think of Galaxy Quest, Beef Dad?
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film. The concept is superb. It's brilliantly executed, superbly acted, and hysterically funny. It really is so very, very funny. I loved every minute of it.
I can see where this is going. Is Brian there? Earth to Brian, call in Brian. Nope, Brian's not there. Susie? What do you think of Galaxy Quest? You muted.
Unmute. Took me a while to mute.
You did a Beef Dad, as we call it.
Yes. Great movie. I think it works for everybody, whether you're a fan or not. But it especially works if you're a fan and you can laugh at yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself, don't watch it. One of my favorite moments in the movie is when Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver are walking through these huge, they're in the middle of the ship and they're walking through these huge things that sort of pound down on them, and she's like, why is that even in here? This shouldn't be in the story. It makes no sense. It's my favorite thing. Because this is what we all do when we talk to each other about these shows. So I really thought it was a great spoof, and that's about it. It didn't take itself too seriously, but I didn't think it insulted the genre or the fans. I think it was an outright good laugh that everybody could have, but not at their own expense, a laugh along with. And that's tricky to do. Oh, water, not anything more. But that's very tricky to do.
No,
And
it'd be
I
more
think
than
it was
water by the end
it
of
was really
being
well.
on these casts.
Okay, bye.
We drive a lot of people to drink. Have we got Randy here, by the way? I am Sutek.
Hello there.
What did you think of
Yeah,
Galaxy Quest?
Well, I haven't had a chance to watch it lately, but I saw it at the theater when it came out. I really liked it. It was pretty enjoyable. Did y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I hadn't had a chance to watch it lately.
That's fine. And let's go over to, Brian is still away, so we'll go over to Hull with Lee.
Yeah, it's what everybody says. It's a brilliant parody. It's a brilliant homage to the sci-fi, the fandom. It's, as you said, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's well acted. I mean, to see Sigourney Weaver, blonde-haired Sigourney Weaver, losing a top. Sigourney, yes. What did I say? Sydney.
Sydney Weaver. Sydney Weaver. That's a
Weaver.
totally different person.
Well, yeah. As the film goes along, her top gets less and less, of course, like it did in the TV series apparently. But for me, this movie is made by two people. That's Sam Rockwell, and Alan Rickman.
Yes.
Those two.
Yes.
Those two are just awesome. With his Sam Rockwell's gradually paranoia, and he's getting scared every time you see him, and Alan Rickman just that he doesn't want to be there. He hates his role in the TV series 20 years ago. It's just so well acted. Nothing but praise for this movie, to be honest.
And well, for me, I don't like comedy films much. I'm not a comedy film person. I much prefer TV comedy, and British TV comedy. I don't like American TV comedy, but I love this film. I remember going to the cinema to see this in 1999 with my dad and brother, and I just remembered loving it. And my uncle and auntie went to it as well. My uncle Albert and Auntie Anne's. Shout out to you there. You're not watching, I know, but never mind. And I never win on your scratch cards, by the way, that you send me every birthday and Christmas. I never win on those scratch cards. But just send the money. Just send the money. Anyway, let's not go down that route. And they loved it. They loved it as well. I mean, I just love this film. Like Lee says, Tim Allen's great, Sigourney Weaver's great, but Alan Rickman, I think, is the best in this. I just love his character. He's just so funny. I just think Alan Rickman's the best in this. And is Brian there? Nope, Brian's... Yeah, here he is. Hey, Brian. Oh, dear. Brace yourselves.
Oh, sorry, am I next?
Yeah, just opening thoughts, what you thought of Galaxy Quest.
Oh, everybody went?
Yeah, everybody's been, yeah.
Oh, man, I missed my turn. Okay.
You were going to take what everybody else said, was you? Repeat it.
All right. I guess I'll go to my opening thoughts since I missed my turn. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Shit happens. Well, what I thought of the movie... Absolutely superb. I love this film. This film is absolutely one of the greatest films of all time that was ever made. And I thought it was a bit clever and a bit clever in a way to make it like a spoof off of Star Trek, even though it's not really it's not like a ha-ha comedy. It has some funny moments within it, but it's not like a really spoof comedy type of thing. But it's kind of like a similarity but mostly the point is like a kind of similarity to Star Trek, and I thought that was a clever way to like make a movie like that, and it's cool. The cast is great. Love the cast. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, the late great Alan Rickman. Every single member of this cast was absolutely superb. The only thing I would have to complain about this film are the villains.
Really? I love the villains.
But the villains,
I love the design of them.
The villains of this film were absolutely shit.
No, I love the villains.
They're so stupid. They're stupid. And the way that they look and the way that they act and talk.
No, I disagree with you. I love the way they look.
It's stupid. I would rather have like
Brian, do you remember what the villains look like?
yes, like green, tall, scary type lizard things.
So what's shit about that?
Yeah, that's a good point, Lee.
You said green, scary things. That's not shit. That's green, scary.
I didn't say scary. I said scaly.
Carry on.
But
Carry on trolling.
No, I didn't like the villains within the movie. I would rather have like a simple Star Trek villain. Because even Star Trek would make better villains than that they did within the movie. I didn't like it. But other than that, though, I do like the film. And the film was absolutely great. Perfect in every way except for the villains. So I would just absolutely, if I had a chance, watch this movie mostly a billion times a day because it's so great. I love it.
It's a shame you didn't watch it when I put the link.
You haven't watched it for years, though, Brian. Maybe you're remembering the villains wrong.
No, I'm
Maybe
not.
like them now.
No,
Or
I'm
like
not.
them now.
I
can't believe you say they're designed awfully. I don't understand. I love the design of them.
Well, they are. They look stupid.
It's okay that he thinks that. It's okay.
Yeah. I'll get you afterwards, Brian. Don't worry.
But
let's go into.
I would rather have the Klingons in this than that.
Let's move off negative Nelly Brian, and let's move on to best moments. Do we have any favourite moments? I mean, there's loads of great moments in this, isn't there? But what are our favourite moments? The bits that we thought, really floated our boat.
I love the moment where Alan Rickman totally lost it.
Yeah.
And attacked the alien. That was just absolutely brilliant. And by the time he'd finished, his headpiece was all frayed and pulling off, and it was just so very funny.
my favorite moment was the one where the Thermians have given this job offer to these guys to come save their universe or their galaxy, their solar system, or whatever, their ship, and all the crew are like, do you think it's a job? Could this be a job? And they all look at each other, and there's this amazing tense beat, and then boom, they all jump out of the car and go running and then go into space. So that was freaking awesome to me.
No, I mean, again, the funny dichotomy of they think, especially Tim Allen's character as the captain, that it's just a convention prank, it's just a convention joke. And then Alan Rickman's like, oh, I need to be a real actor. Well, guess what? Even if you're in really bad material, if you're a good actor and you studied wherever you did, I mean, in a way, in the other movies and TV shows, if you perform your lines really well, that's on the same level as Shakespeare. or however you want to phrase it. Just because it's not officially Shakespeare, you can do a wonderful job with your lines. And I think Alan Rickman forgot that just because it wasn't officially, intellectual, right. Just because it wasn't officially intellectual, that doesn't mean that you can't do it. And of course, that's the irony. If you don't have any fans, you don't have a show. So that's sort of, as long as it's not real and you have a life outside of that, it's fine. But that's the thing. If you didn't have conventions, you wouldn't meet any of these people or the producers or the writers or the actors. So it's okay to go. I just wish it wasn't 900 plus to go. That's all.
But I've got so many favourite parts. I love Alan Rickman at the beginning when he's having his anxiety attack before he goes on stage. That is just brilliant. Also, what Beef Dad said when he loses the plot and he attacks the aliens. But for me, also was it the Thermians, the ones what gave him the job? In their human form, the way all them actors just walking and talking together.
Oh, it's so funny.
That is just so funny. That a race of people seem to think that the TV show is historical documents. It's just so well put together.
But actually, that actually. It could, might happen. If there is, it's possible that could happen. We're beaming all these television programs out. They might believe Doctor Who is real. If there's, if aliens saw Doctor Who, they might believe it.
Yeah. Or Coronation Street.
Yeah. That's even worse, isn't it? Thinking Coronation Street's real, that really puts us into a bad light.
Yeah.
Genders. Oh my God. What about if they watch The Only Way is Essex?
Oh, I got some favorite moments.
Americans won't know what that is, would they?
I got some favorite moments of the film.
What did they include the villains?
No.
I had a feeling they wouldn't.
My first favorite moment of the film is the big rock monster scene, where everybody was getting chased by the big rock monster on the planet and everything. I think that was just absolutely most to be the funniest part within the film, and I found that the best scene within the film. And second favorite moments are pretty much the what is the alien race again that gave him the job offer?
Thermians.
Thermians, yes. Thank you. Even though Lee said it like a second ago, I completely forgot.
That's Brian for you.
But I think all the scenes of the Thermians, the movie, I think those scenes are absolutely great because just the way they are and the characters, how they were designed and how they act and everything. Those aliens are cool. I wish I had those. I wish that I had.
Brian,
I wish they were around here so we could hang out with them.
Brian, what was the name of them again? What was the name of them again, Brian?
What?
You can't remember the name, can you?
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised that he'd want to hang out with them. But there again.
Yeah. Well, he'd fit in, I think, wouldn't he?
But actually, the head leader that was of those aliens, I know from a TV show. He was in a TV show that I watched was Veronica Mars.
Okay. Definitely true.
Wait there, because Susie wants to say something.
Oh, yeah. This part we haven't mentioned yet that also I thought was really cool was there was a bunch of uber nerds, I'm going to call them, science nerds, who took the show really seriously, and the ones that got into the mechanics of how the spaceship possibly could have worked, who actually saved the day. And
yes, I love that.
and they're all on their computer talking much like this, and their mom yells at him to go throw out the trash while he's saying the universe. I just thought that it was brilliant that these people that, basically the captain said, get a life, saved the day. And he had to eat crow and acknowledge that, they had it worthwhile. And they were right. I thought that was brilliant. They were really smart people that figured it out. Also, there's so much about sci-fi tech that does come true in the future because people like that watch the show and imagine it up and make it happen. Like the cell phone that I'm on right now, which is more advanced than anything on Star Trek. So it's really, that was probably also, there's so many great parts of this movie. They're really
It's all great. It's all, it never lets up, does it?
I don't like about it, I have to say.
It never lets up, does it? It's just great the whole way through. You can sit down and watch it and enjoy it, and it's funny.
Wait, that part where they made Alan Rickman his favourite meal from the TV show.
Can you imagine if you had to eat gach? Oh, gross.
Just like Mama used to make.
Yeah, but it was heart-wrenching when the aliens had to figure out that it was what a TV show was, and
yes, yeah,
they did it all very well. And the deeper of a fan you are that has a sense of humor about himself being a fan or herself, the more you appreciate the movie. The only thing I didn't like about it is that there wasn't a sequel. I would have loved to have seen a sequel.
Well, there was going to be a sequel. And it was going to be made by Amazon. But, and this is where the but comes in, Alan Rickman died, and it's never going to happen. But there was generally, they were all signed up to do it. They were all going completely ahead. Well. Amazon were going to do it, and it was going to be last year that they were going to sign everything off and everything, but Alan Rickman died, and it will never, ever, ever, ever happen now.
They could have done it without him. It's not that he wasn't wonderful, but all the time. Look at who.
Yeah, but they won't do it without him. They won't do it without him.
It was a certain thing that they were aiming for, and Alan Rickman was really sort of key to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they were going to do one. I think we were so close. In a year's time, it could have been out,
Yet another sad thing about Alan Rickman's passing. What a great actor.
Oh, he's an amazing actor. I mean, I watched Eye in the Sky the other day. Have you seen that? He was in that. He was great in that. Absolutely brilliant. Stole the show in that. Even though it was Sean Helen Mirren.
That was just devastating.
Say again?
I don't think that Galaxy Quest could use a sequel. I think it's a standalone film that could just. I think it's standalone. I think it could be a standalone film on its own.
Yes, it was a standalone film on its own.
Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is I think it just could stay that way. I don't see like a need for a sequel.
I have to say, if you look at many sequels, nearly every single sequel.
It doesn't do well.
It's a lot worse than the original, isn't it? It is, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another reason why they shouldn't really make a sequel, because sequels, like usually most of the time, pretty much all the time,
are worse, yeah.
Doesn't do well.
Well, although you've got just about the entire Star Trek franchise as a sequel of itself, and some of that went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, with Star Trek though, there are the movies that are not really that great, like the Even and the Odd thing.
I disagree. I really disagree.
Well, some of them aren't great, but most of them are fabulous. And if you think elsewise, we're going to duke it out, baby.
Because with the original Crew movies of Star
It's going to be fun. Get the popcorn in, Lee.
With the original Crew, there were the Odd and the Even movies, and
yes, sure.
And here's the ones that are the worst.
Okay,
here we go. Be prepared to be upset, Susie. He's going to say the wrath of Khan.
Motion picture Search for Spock and Final Frontier. Those are the worst ones.
Wait a minute. Final Frontier was the first one. No. The first movie was the worst one. What planet do you come from?
I
The
said
first movie was so long.
He demolished the motion picture in one of our podcasts.
Yeah, the motion picture.
He just wrecked it, and I just
broke about it.
Can I just say, about 2 weeks ago, Brian, you asked me for a link to Star Trek: The Motion Picture to watch.
Yeah, that's just because.
Why would you do that?
Can I just clarify on that, Lee?
Was it a simulated version of you?
I heard that the director's cut is better than the theatrical version. That's why I asked.
Isn't it funny how most of the time when you get the director's cut of any movie, it's better than the theatrical version? It's really amazing. But that's another point about Galaxy Quest that I laughed hysterically, was the part when the captain has, after all the gig slut actors decide they're going to run for the money and they end up in space, he says, "Come on, guys, want to see the ship?" And he walks over and they do the adulation of the Enterprise, only they do it right. And it wasn't 40 million years long, and it was just the right amount of time. And I was like, gosh, I wish they had done it this way in the first movie. But that was a really great moment, the adulation of the Enterprise. That's what I meant.
No. The worst was motion picture, Search for Spock.
We're not talking about that anymore.
Right, you still have you're about 5 minutes behind, Brian.
Yes, this is a Galaxy Quest cast.
Why do you bring up Star Trek for?
Because it's a parody.
What?
Trek. That's the point of the movie that you said you won't.
You guys shouldn't bring up Star Trek in it, because I could go on for hours with that.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Susie, I think you're going to need something stronger.
I'm mostly.
I think Susie's passed out. You've made her pass out, Brian.
She's all right.
Has Randy got any favourite parts?
Oh, you're here, Beef Dad. Sorry, I completely forgot about you.
Oh, don't forget about him.
Who's Randy?
Brian completely took over. Favourite parts, Beef Dad, yes.
I already said what my favourite parts were.
Well, it's been since the movie came out that I saw it, so I can't remember every detail about it. But I just remember it was enjoyable at the theater. Sigourney Weaver looked good, too.
Yes, she did. And he's off? Okay.
So, yeah, anybody else have any? Go on, Randy.
I mean, it might have been funny. I don't know if this was making fun, because even my mother made fun of Star Trek, the fight scenes.
Oh, yeah.
And the majestic music and all, da, 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 and all that. Wasn't that the part where Tim Allen and Alan Rickman were fighting? So they could pull the aliens into the what you call it, the vacuum lock? Yeah, the airlock. So that was so funny how and then they broke the fourth wall again. And that's the other thing too about Galaxy Quest, is that they kind of broke the fourth wall better than Star Trek: The Voyage Home, even though they're both funny. But
at the end when he picks up the pistol to shoot the villain, and he does that roll on the floor like Kirk used to do, and you're like, why in the hell did he roll on the floor? Because it looked good. I remember hearing an episode with Shatner, who said that once he was walking down the street of some city and he got mugged, and for a couple seconds he considered lying down on the floor and kicking out the other guy's feet, but figured he'd die if he did that. So.
Yeah, I think the line was, it makes it easier if I roll on the floor.
And then he loses his gun.
Oh no, other scene. Yeah.
That one as well, where he's fighting the rock monster, and then he gets beamed up, and Alan Rickman says, "Oh, you managed to lose your shirt."
Yeah. And
as Shatner always used to do.
Yeah, he always used to lose his shirt. And they have the same thing on this is the new Star Trek I don't think I ever realized how often everybody was hanging on by their hands on something. I mean, everybody's always dangling off the edge of a parapet or a mountain or something.
I feel like that. I feel like that every time we do these casts.
Oh my God!
Well, actually, I have another favorite part.
Character guy who said, the guy you said was paranoid about dying because he was basically a red shirt. The red shirt always dies. Was when they were on the planet before the rock monster came around and they saw all the little cute people.
Yeah.
Evil, and Sigourney Weaver goes to move forward and help one of them, and he pulls her back and he says, "Have you never watched the show? Something bad's gonna happen." It was funny. I guess.
What was your favorite part? Oh, go ahead, Alex.
No, but the funny thing is, I mean, in Star Trek, Scotty had a red shirt, but he never died, and I was kind of like, Isn't that it? Yeah, Uhura had a red shirt, so I said, oh, well.
And what about Brian? You had another favorite moment, Brian. But I'm
yeah,
dying to hear what it is.
Well, howdy doody. All right, here I go.
Yeah, go on then.
My other favorite part was towards the end, like where everybody on the ship got killed, and Tom Allen's character sees it happen, and he has to go back in time a couple minutes to order for it to stop it from happening.
Oh yeah.
Now that reminded me of Blake 7.
Yeah, didn't it though? Yeah.
Didn't it just?
Yeah, didn't it though? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I wish I knew that better.
Yeah.
Brian, can I ask a question?
What?
Are you reading this off Wikipedia or something?
That's what I thought he was doing.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Okay, another funny scene was when they were leaving the space dock and
You're doing a Kevin, right?
And Laredo
Connor
sort of ran it into the side of the space dock.
Oh my God!
And it's like scrape. It's a brand new ship. Scrape. Anyway.
We haven't heard from Kevin in a while.
Yeah, Kevin, I was just about to mention that. Kevin, you've been quiet. What's your favorite moments?
The ending with them thinking it's part of the convention. All the stuff, and the part with when the when the aliens come to Tim Allen's house,
Yeah.
Never
give up, never surrender.
Yeah. And when those little creatures from the planet are attacking, that was really funny.
Do you want to attempt the voice, Kevin? Never give up, never surrender. Go on.
Well, no.
Never give up, never surrender.
Never give up, never surrender.
Wonderful. Dare I ask, does anybody have any least favourite moments? Is there something you don't like? Dare I ask? It surely can't be, surely.
Not a sausage.
Not a sausage, is it? So anyone else wants to add?
No.
Let's rate it. As if we really need to.
I thought Lee was going to add something then. He looked like if he was going to talk, but he's just having problems with his hemorrhoids, I think.
What?
Anyway, yes, let's do what Susan says before we descend into chaos, because we do digress a lot on these casts. Let's go into final say and score, and let's start off with Randy for his final say and score on Galaxy Quest.
Well, I thought it was a good movie, like I said. But it's been a long time since I saw it. But I give it about a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, 7.5, that's good. And let's go over to Brian. Go ahead, Brian, from what you can remember of the film, without reading off Wikipedia.
I was not on Wikipedia. I was actually looking up something about a favorite singer that I like. Okay, so stop saying I was. Stop saying I was on Wikipedia.
Hannah Montana.
No, it wasn't Hannah Montana. Stop saying that. Okay, I would have to say that this score would deserve possibly a 10 out of 10. Boo! Yeah.
10 out of 10, yeah.
But it's good to see that Brian is paying attention to what we're talking about in the cast.
Yeah. Well, looking at Hannah Montana.
It was not, it's not Hannah Montana. I'll tell you who it is after we're done here.
Let's fly on over to Germany with Beef Dad. What's your final say and score on this film, Beef Dad?
As I said, brilliant conception, superbly executed. I just loved every minute of it. I can't find a fault, so it's got to be a 10.
Another 10. And let's go to Kevin.
I really liked it. Everything about it. And it was my first time seeing this movie. So,
you've never seen it before?
No.
Oh.
So, something to add in my collection. So, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Really liked it.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. That's why we do these casts, for people to watch films that they may have never watched before. You know.
You do?
Yes, we do, Brian.
But Brian,
I don't know what cast you're a part of, but
Brian never watches them anyway.
Yeah, he's too busy looking up Hannah Montana. He's too busy watching Hannah Montana videos.
I don't watch Hannah Montana. Get back to the cast, would you, Howard?
Hannah Montana singing along with Grumpy Cat.
And just get back to the cast.
You do watch Grumpy Cat, though, don't you?
Come on.
Oh, dear, I think I've upset it now. And let's go to the series. We really are descending into chaos. I can only apologise, Randy.
Well, look,
happen. Is this go to Susie?
Okay, is this the best movie ever made in the entire world, in the history of cinema?
Yes. Well done. Yes, the answer is yes. Now, the score.
Hey, my turn. But if it's, no way I couldn't help it. So if you're grading it in for what it is, in the genre it is, whatever little thing that is, yeah, absolutely. It's a 10 out of 10. I can't imagine for what it is, how it could possibly have been any better. And for me to say that, I don't think I've ever said that about anything. So that's probably the highest movie rating you'll ever hear from me.
Wow. And let's go to Alex and Susan. Yep. You two up next. Wakey.
Yeah, I'd give this definitely 8.5. There was only two things I didn't like about the movie, but as I said, considering that in a way it's a parody and a tribute at the same time to fans, and the funny jokes that they come up with, and the in-jokes and breaking the fourth wall, that's why it gets such a high score.
Okay, and I'll give it a 10 out of 10 because I love this. I watched it about the same time that I was watching Trekkies and Lining Up, which is the Star Wars version of Trekkies, and Trekkies 2, and then there was Galaxy Quest, which was like, this is what we are all about, and I loved it.
And let's go over to Hull with Lee. What do you give this film, Lee? What's your final say?
Perfect casting, perfect comedy. It's the perfect 10.
And what about the film?
I don't know, but I wasn't that too keen on it.
Cast, weren't you? Perfect host, perfect cast, and all that, weren't you? Yeah.
Well, it depends. If I'm hosting, it is a 10. But when you host, it just goes into chaos.
Well, that makes it better. The viewers are more entertained. They fall asleep when you're hosting.
I keep a firm grip of these casts
I
when
beg
you're
your
not here.
pardon. But it's not that type of cast.
Yeah, we're not boring in any cast we ever do. So
No, that is very true. That is very true.
that's not.
Yeah, that's very true. So now for me, well, I think I'm going to give this film, I would say probably a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's really not that funny. It's not that well acted. It's just quite bad, this film, really. It just depresses me. No, I'm only joking, of course. It's a 10. What else can it be? It's a 10. It's brilliant. I love it all the way through. I've always loved this film from when I saw it first at the cinema, and I still love it to this day. I watch it every so often. Every few years I watch it, and I enjoy it every time. It's definitely a 10. I can't give it anything else because I just love it. And yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank everybody here for joining me. And don't forget to tell us below what you think of Galaxy Quest. Yes, and hit that subscribe button as well. Hit that like button. Even hit the dislike button. You know. And next week,
or even hit Alid.
Well, that's we don't condone violence in here.
Alid,
Yes.
did Randy give a score?
Yeah, Randy gave a score. Yeah. Don't worry, Beef Dad. I'm on top of it. You have a nap. You have a nap, my darling.
All
And next week we are going to be doing a very special cast. Yes, I'm pleased to announce this here today, that we will be revisiting an old favourite next week, and it is Frozen. Yes, we will be doing Frozen.
Let it go, baby.
Not according to the
not a cat in hell chance.
We're doing Frozen. See you next week. Take care.
No.
And we'll see you then.